Record that the remarks credited to the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Reverend Matthew Kukah, in his 2020 Christmas message, where he alleged that President Muhammadu Buhari is presiding over a country with prospects of a failed state, has continued to generate diverse reactions. The cleric had contended that there was no way any non-northern Muslim president could have done a fraction of what President Muhammadu Buhari has done by his nepotism and gotten away with it. There would have been a military coup a long time ago, or we would have been at war, he added. However, in its response, the federal government says it is graceless and impious for any religious leader to use the period of Christmas, which is a season of peace, to stoke at the embers of hatred, sectarian strife, and national disunity. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, warned religious leaders that resorting to scorched earth rhetoric at this time could trigger unintended consequences. The minister said that while religious leaders have a responsibility to speak truth to power, such truth must not come wrapped in anger, hatred, disunity, and religious disharmony. Consequently, while reacting to the development, a former Kaduna State Senator, Sheikh has urged the federal government to treat all who are speaking truth to power equally, as he advocates that the federal government should treat Bishop Kukah the same way he treated Sultan of Sokoto, Islamic scholar Sheikh Gumi, when they too spoke strong words and warnings to the Buhari-led administration about the state of the country, especially the insecurity crisis. In his words, he said, Kukah threw stones, the Sultan threw stones, Sheikh Gumi threw stones. If you want to flog them equally. That's all. Well, recall that Sultan of Sokoto and President General of Jamatu Nasril Islam, Saad Abubakar, earlier in the month had advised the federal government against paying lip service in the insecurity in the country. While reacting to the recent killings of scores of Borno farmers by Boko Haram terrorists in a statement, the co-chair of Nigerian Interreligious Council had lamented that the current administration had failed to live up to billing in securing life and property nationwide. Moreover, earlier in the year, the famous Islamic leader and scholar Sheikh Dr. Ahmad Abubakar Gumi condemned the present state of insecurity witnessed in the country as a result of Boko Haram. Gumi said that Nigeria has witnessed more death as a result of Boko Haram now than during the government of President Goodluck Jonathan. He blamed the current president, Muhammad Buhari, for Boko Haram attacks. He said Buhari's government is not committed to fighting insurgency as it should. The Islamic scholar said the way he asked President Jonathan to resign over Boko Haram insurgency is the same way he is now asking President Buhari to resign, even with immediate effect, as insecurity is getting worse. In both cases, the federal government did not respond to the statement from both prominent Nigerians, as is doing to that of Kukah. Similarly, diverse reactions has continued to trail the former senator's remark, as many people express divergent views on the issue. However, do you think that what Sheikh said is the right thing? Most of the time they will just like, oh, just look over this one, just look over this one. If you think that you can move in this direction, know that other people are there and ready to move in opposite direction. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. Just like I said, immediately this man just quickly came and began to respond or reply to what Bishop Kukah said, and people were like, oh, why is he talking like that? But when those men were talking, what did you people say? But at the end of the day, whether they respond to Bishop Kukah or they respond to the other two gentlemen too, they are all saying the same thing. They are saying the same thing. They are just stating the obvious. Because I could remember a lot of people were like, oh, so Sultan of Sokoto could really see these things like this. Before all of them were feigning ignorance, they were denying the whole thing that okay, everything has been going fine, but since everything is now like this, okay, I think this man responded to him when Sultan of Sokoto was complaining and lamenting about the insecurity. No, Apostle Suleiman just came out and said, no, 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 don't ever say that this is the best thing. Why must you be complaining? Everything is fine. The north is safe. So everybody was even surprised that Sultan of Sokoto could even be reacting and complaining, because in the past they had kept quiet for so long a time. Well, Senator Sani is a courageous soldier and a man of justice. How can you speak truth to power when truth is bitter to power that be? Lai Mohammed is saying that truth can only come from Islamic leaders and clerics and not for Christians. But truth is truth. That's it. Whatever that it is, they have spoken well. They've all have spoken well, but unfortunately, the government is just expressing and exposing its insincerity in all of this. Sani is always truthful. Thank you, dear Sani, dear Senator. God bless you, Sani. The Senator is on point. Didn't expect anything good from Minister of Misinformation. Okay, not a Minister of Information, it's Minister of Misinformation. Liar Muhammad. I know that the government will fight back at the bishop because he's a Christian. You know, at times that we just have to be open-minded and be objective, because you think that some people just make some statements without getting their facts on point, and it is true. You just like, oh, these people are just trying to create problem. Oh, what is this a Christian about? What is this all about a bad Muslim? What is it all about a Christian? Some people just want to bring some kind of things there, but if you look at this whole thing thoroughly, they know what they are talking about. It is you that you have not been paying attention to a lot of things. You will think that the people just come any little thing, they will just say, oh, is it because he's not a Christian? Because if you look at it in depth, just like Sani said, now, what is good for the goose is good for the ganders. They are saying the same thing. It is the truth they are saying. Whether he said it on the Christmas day or before Christmas, it is inconsequential. But the truth must be told. Now, see what happened now. There is Boko Haram that kidnaps a lot of people and took the lives of many people. Was it not done on Christmas Day? So what are we talking about? So he should not speak. So is it because he spoke on Christmas Day? That is why Lai Mohammed quickly rushed out and began to attack him. What is good for the goose is good for the ganders. He spoke for all the fearful Nigerians. God bless Bishop Kukah, for he is a true Nigerian that wants to be proud of his country. Senator Sani is a respected man who always speaks the truth. Senator Sani notes that you will be remembered for your truth. But like Mohammed, you are keeping your sins for your children. And again, I've always said this. Nobody is perfect, but to the extent, to a very large extent, we have seen Senator Sheikh Sani, because while he was in APC, he was speaking. He was speaking. He said, oh, those of them in their party, they will use deodorant for them when it comes to corruption, but when it comes to other people, they will use insecticide. That what kind of a corruption fight are you talking about? And that was how they just do. They remove him, and some people are not saying, it is his man that caused him. So it's not as if maybe because he's not in the party or he's not holding any position. And this issue of how much these people always collect, the senators, nobody ever heard that. He was the one that told us whether 15 million, not even knowing that even that 15 million was even a child's play. Now it is some are saying 30 million, 20 something million, but we never heard it from anybody. He was the first person that said it, even while he was on the floor of the Senate, while he was still there. So what are we talking about? To a very large extent, he has been standing on the path of truth, not because he's not even with the present day government. He was there and he was saying it, that the manner to which they were going about this whole thing is not even the right thing. So to an extent, people tend to listen to him, and exactly he has been on that. We hope he will not change, but at least he has been on that. He's been able to prove that even while with the ruling party, he will still say things the way they are. But they never liked him, and they had to remove him. But that has not stopped him, and that's why they want to form some kind of things. Oh, he collected one thing from somebody. At the end of the day, all those ones, they don't hold water. So with what Senator Shehu has said, that the same treatment you meted on those two other men too, the same thing should be given to Kukah. Why are you condemning what he said? Is it not the same thing that he said that those people said? So why are you coming to tell us what is not? So guys, let's say your opinion and let's have your take on this.